Knowing that the first title in school history is there on the line.
Nerve-wracking. I saw it completely different than they did. An inadvertent whistle, I thought the ball should go to us because I thought we had to rebound. I think I can't remember what he told me, to be honest with you. It's a blur now, but I thought he said that he thought White had the ball when he blew the whistle, and I'm pretty sure David Desicino had the ball in his hands when that whistle blew. So yeah, and then to see that shot go up from the corner, and it seemed like the clock took forever to start. Yeah, my heart was in my throat.
Yeah, that thing rimmed out. That was,
yeah.
And he got it off just at the
Yeah.
at that time. But what does it mean to you guys? First District 9 championship in school history. You guys have been through a lot this year. Just talk about that. Just talk about the perseverance you guys have shown, and then to come in here and beat a Brookville team and win this district title.
I mean, honestly, this means the world to us. We came in, this was our season goal, was winning our first title. We knew this was probably the best chance that we've had in a decade or two, so we decided that we're going to do whatever we could to put a banner up on our school.
Yeah, especially because we're kind of like on a losing streak in the middle of the season, and we just wanted to bounce back from that, and winning this helped us a lot.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because you had a really rough 2-3 weeks there in the middle of the season. How did you get through that, and what did you learn from that help you get to this point?
Well, we kind of knew that the teams we were playing during that time were some of the best in the league or around in the region. So we came in thinking we're going to fight hard, and we had a good stretch coming through to end the season. We knew that. So just being able to bounce back from that was huge for us in the program.
And Coach, what can you say about these guys? Brookville was, a couple of times in this game they had a chance to give you pretty much a knockout blow. They're up by 6, up by 7. They had a chance to kind of run away and hide, but you guys wouldn't let them, and you ended up being in the game at the end, which is all you can ask for, and you ended up coming out on top. You have to be super proud of them for hanging in there like that.
I am incredibly proud of these guys. We preached and talked all year about leadership and stepping up and doing the things, and frankly, this kid right here changed the game in the fourth quarter, man, with his suggestions on defense and stuff like that, and that's what I want. I want leaders on the floor. Chason stepped up and made the suggestion, and then him, Drew, and his teammates executed. And that changed the game. That press, that 1-3-1 or whatever we were running, it was a 1-3-1 full court, and that caused them problems. We got some turnovers, some bad shots, and we were able to convert on the other end, and that changed the game.
Chason, what did you see that prompted you to suggest that, and how nice is it to have a coaching staff that's open to suggestions from the players? Not every program does that, and this one does.
Right. So whenever we came into that fourth quarter, we knew, I was thinking 4-minute mark, 3-minute mark, we got to go to a press. We were initially going to go to our scramble press, which isn't our best of presses in my opinion, and we saw that CL ran this against them, and they had a very productive. They got steals. They were able to get back in the game. A bunch of transition points. So I offered, hey, why don't we throw this at them? They struggled with it before. I think we can really get back in the game with it, and we executed it well. He ran the top perfectly. We got a bunch of steals, couple of transition and free throws, and we were back in the game by 1 and ended up pulling through.
How much do you run that press during the season? Was it
We
not a
never
lot?
ran it. That was the first time we ever ran it.
Wow.
So I watched film today during class, and I was like, they're struggling with this. If we go down, might as well try it. And boy, we got them.
So how did everyone know what to do then? If you never ran it before, is it just something that inherently you guys know from seeing other teams do it?
Pretty much. We ran against it last year a few times, so we knew the idea of it, but we never practiced it ourselves because we had a different idea of a press. But I knew that they struggled with this one in particular, so I thought, this is our best chance at getting it. So we have to. It's a D9 last game. If we lose, might as well try something new.
What can you say about that basketball acumen for them to be able to do it on the fly like that?
I trust these guys, man. I mean, we have conversations. This is the type of program I've been trying to build, and the team I've been trying to build is I want them to make suggestions. They're the ones on the floor. They understand the feeling of what's going on, the flow of the game. I'm on the sideline, and today I was in my chair on the sideline. So it's much more difficult to understand how that game is playing out and what they see. So these guys, especially my senior guys, if they have a suggestion, we're going to probably implement it simply because they got the feel of the game at that point in time. The press, I mean, what did we have to lose? We were down 7 with 2.5 minutes left or 3 minutes left. I mean, our other presses weren't great against to come back from that. So I had no problem with it. I've seen CL run it. He made the suggestion, yeah, let's go to it. And like you said, we've seen it enough, again, running against it enough that we know how to run it. We just don't practice it.
Andrew, you stepped to the line late in the game, 2 free throws. You made one, that's all you needed in the
Yeah.
end, but can you honestly say that they were just like 2 free throws in late December, or were the nerves getting to you?
Honestly, I just wasn't really hitting free throws today at all, even from the start of the game. So I knew I just had to make one and we'd be good.
From 5-8 to district champions, how does that sound?
I think I talked to you when you came out. What game were you out at?
Late December.
Late December, and I told you that I thought we'd end up. Well, I thought we'd end
Oh,
up.
yeah, that was later in the season.
Yeah, I thought we'd end up 14-8 at that time, and we ended up 12-10. We lost 2 games I wasn't expecting, but in those games we learned a ton. The Punxsutawney game, we actually showed a lot in that game because they played defense a lot like Brookfield does, very physical, and we competed with them and hung in there with them. And then West Shamokin, that game, they actually ran a nice zone against us that we had some problems with. But I think we learned a ton from that game too. We just couldn't make shots, and they were also very physical. So the physicality towards the end of the season, those 2 games I think are big for this game here because we know how Brookfield plays defense. And facing them last year, we knew what we were in for.
Yeah, I remember talking to you before the season. You thought this was possible, that you would get here and win it. Just probably not the path that you thought you would take to here, but you got here and you did it.
Look, I mean, we had a few more hiccups than I expected. But to be honest with you, if we didn't have those hiccups during the year, I don't know if we win this game. I think we learned a ton as a team during that losing streak because we were losing in different ways, so we had to learn how to adjust, and we continued adjusting as the season went. And I think when we look at today, I think we had to dig deep in so many different ways. We weren't rebounding well at first, and then we started rebounding. Then we weren't calling out cutters, and then we started communicating. So many things that were a microcosm of our season that went wrong in this game that we were able to fix on our own on the floor. So I mean, these kids did a great job.